up Africa. Now, today. Brothers in the mud. That's the mother saying, rock and roll. Everybody is the same. Yeah. Everybody is the same. Everybody has heart, feel the pain. Yeah, yeah. Everybody is the same. Chinese, Japanese, Africans, Americans, Canadians, Russians, Spanish people, Italian people, Hungarians. Everybody is the same. German. Everybody is the same. Yeah, yeah. You are not better than me, and I am not better than you. Everybody is the same. Everybody is the same. Got to feel, got to free the whole world,
What can I do? What can I do? How can I do the things I want to do? When 90% of me is you. My heart no longer does what I want it to. Because 90% of me is you. Gonna be the kind of woman that no man can move. I wanna have a kind of mind that no man can fool. I wanna look you in the eyes without getting weak in my knees. I wanna be able to do without you despite of my needs. What can I do? What can I do? How can I do the things I want to do? When 90% of me is you. My heart alone does what I want it to. What can I do? Because 90% of me is you. You control my eyes. I can see no one but you, baby. You control my mind. I can think of no one but you. You control my lips, which long for your tender kiss. I never thought it possible that I could be controlled like this. What can I do? What can I do? How can I do things I want to do? When 90% of me, baby, is you. And my heart no longer does what I want it to. You know why? Because 90% of me is you.
Hello, hello. Can you guys hear me? All right, people can hear me. That's good. I was a bit worried this wouldn't work. Dave, hi. Is this my first live? It's not my first live. I did this once back in ancient times. Christmas 2021, I think. The channel had been going for, I don't know, a few months then. So I decided to do a little stream checking out viewer suggestions, which I don't do anymore. But I haven't done it since then, so that's 3 years ago. So I had to remind myself how to set up all the streaming. Anyway, it's a bit nerve-wracking because I never know if things are going to work until it's actually happening. Yeah, how's everyone doing? I think there's a bit of a delay between when I speak and when you get it. So I'll try my best to keep it engaging, even though it takes a little while for you guys to hear what I'm saying. Yeah, so I hope you're doing well. We're just gonna be doing a little bit of transcribing. I get a lot of questions about my process, about how I do what I do, what software I use, my setup, so on and so forth. So I thought it'd be a good idea to just take you through it a little bit. I mean, I'm gonna do this anyway, so if you want to hang out while I do this, that's fine. I hope it's useful. I'm gonna bring in this screen and bring out this music. Yeah, so at any point you can pop in, you can jump in with any questions that you have, and I'll try my best to answer them. This is not gonna be a tutorial necessarily because I'm not a teacher. I'm not a good teacher. Hey Florian, how's it going? Doing great. Did you check out my recent Patreon suggestion in Discord? Yeah, I did see the message. I haven't had a chance to listen to the song, but I will. Yeah, good thing that you reminded me actually, because sometimes when I get suggestions from different places, I just forget. So the first thing I should talk about, yeah, as I said, don't expect a tutorial or for me to just teach you how to transcribe now, because it's a skill that takes, I would say it takes a long time to develop it and to learn it. The more you do it, the easier it gets. For me, this is something that I've been learning and practicing for many years. So there isn't quite a magic method that I can give you on how to do this. I think you just have to sort of start doing it, to start trying to do it. If you have experience trying to play by ear, then I would say you can transcribe, basically. The only thing that changes when you've been doing it as long as I've been doing it is how quickly you can do it. But if you can play by ear, you can transcribe. It might just take you a while. We're going to be doing a song by Teddy Pendergrass called Do Me. I wanted to do something that was a bit simpler, so that we could hopefully finish it within the hour or so that I'm going to be streaming, so that you can see, um, the whole process from start to end, and also how I convert the notation into tablature. Maybe we'll do a little bit of a playthrough and see that it works. If I'm not able to transcribe in about 30 minutes into the stream, I'll have to cancel the Patreon. Oh boy. Okay. I'll do my best. You are so dedicated. How do you build a discipline? Well, yeah, thanks. And that means a lot to me. I don't know. I would say that with anything in life, as long as you enjoy it, it's kind of easy to get passionate about it, to be disciplined about it. At least for me, I have a kind of an obsessive personality. So when I find something that I'm passionate about, like I am with the channel and with sharing music that I like, then it's quite easy for me to get really sucked into it, and to spend a lot more time than I probably should doing it. At this point, I'm pretty fortunate that the channel is providing me with an income stream, but for a long time it didn't. It was just something that I did as a hobby. So yeah, I don't know. There's no easy answer to that. You just have to find something you like and go for it, But anyway, I'll tell you a little bit about the software that I use. On this screen, this is usually what my screen looks like when I'm transcribing. On the bottom here, there's a piece of software called Transcribe, which it does what it says basically. It's just for transcribing. It has a bunch of features that help you in the process of transcribing music specifically. It doesn't really do anything that any other piece of software, any other DAW doesn't do. But what it does have is all the features you might need for transcribing in the same place, streamlined, easy to use, no messing with plugins, none of that. So, I mean, I won't take you through the things that it does, because you'll be able to see sort of what they are as I'm going through the song. But yeah, I would say, I mean, it's not a free piece of software. Unfortunately, it is paid. So I would say that it's really only worth it if you do this a lot, like I do. If you're just wanting to transcribe a song here and there for learning, or for practicing transcription or whatever, then it might not be worth the investment. But for me, it is, because I do this literally every day. Thanks, just me. Yeah, I'll keep spreading the good music. That's what I'm trying to do. Anyway, at the top here, this is Sibelius, which is a notation software. It's just for notating. There's playback, MIDI playback of what you notate and stuff. It's a powerful piece of software. It's also not easy to learn, I would say. As far as I know, it's mostly used by classical musicians and sometimes by jazz musicians as well. I have a classical background, so I can tell you that I spent a lot of time learning to use this, and that's why I still use it. I haven't, made the full change to something like Guitar Pro or something like that, which is admittedly more geared towards specifically this, like transcribing for bass guitar, for electric guitar, and for tabbing. But at this point, after 4 years of using this software, I'm just so tuned to it. Like my workflow is smooth, quick. If I changed it, that would all go out the window. I've been a patron since December 2022. It has been awesome to see your channel grow. Very well deserved, since you dedicate so much time. Thanks, Jack. That means a lot to hear. And wow, December 2022. That's a long time now. A few people have been members of the Patreon for that long, and it just blows my mind that it means a lot that the work is still pleasing you enough to consider it worth supporting. So that means a lot. Thank you. All right, so I have this prepped already. Wait, okay, I see that people are writing on Patreon as well. I'm not necessarily gonna be able to see those. Mark photos. Am I pronouncing that correctly? You can tell me if I am not. If you guys want to jump into the YouTube chat, that would be better. I would see your messages better there. Because right now the Patreon messages are popping up on my phone. And it's a bit. I'll iron out the kinks. The more I do this, the easier it'll become, I'm sure. So as I was saying about Sibelius, it's this won't be a tutorial on how to use Sibelius either. I'm not saying it's better than Guitar Pro or any other piece of software. Guitar Pro actually might be a lot easier to use. For me, it's not. So this is why I notate with Sibelius first, and then convert the file into the Guitar Pro format. So before I start transcribing any song, I do a couple of things, which is prepare the Sibelius file with any information that I need. A lot of people have asked me in the past if I use any AI tools like Moises or any other such tools to transcribe. The short answer is that I don't, except for the following thing. I put tracks in just at the beginning when I'm getting ready to transcribe, because it does output a couple of pieces of information that are very useful, and that before Moises existed, I had to work out for myself, and it's fine, it's doable, but it's a lot quicker if I can just get the answer, which is firstly the BPM. Before Moises, I used to have to work that out myself. There's a Logic plugin that does it for you, which is usually quite accurate. Or there's various metronome apps you can get on your phone where you tap along to the beat and get the BPM. Hey, Antonio, how's it going? I started Patreon because of MF Doom songs. Did other people join this process, and which playlist brought you the most people? If you're asking me, I mean, maybe other people can weigh in on what playlists brought them to the channel, but I would imagine at this point it's the Jamerson playlist that attracts more people. That has sort of become the main attraction of my channel, the way I see it. But I'm really glad that you're enjoying the Doom series, because that's been doing okay. You know, like I expected it to do better, but it's soldiering on, and I'm hoping people are still enjoying it, because there's a lot more coming of those. So where was I? Oh dear. This is not my forte, by the way, if you can't tell already. Like, I'm used to just shutting up and doing the work and playing my bass, so having to talk you through it is a little bit of a new experience for me, so bear with me. What has been the toughest song to transcribe? Oh, there's a lot. Some of the more complex ones, like I would say the Kashmir Stage Band song that I did a while ago, that was actually a Patreon request back when I was doing requests. And normally when if I got a request that was that complex, I would say no way. Like, respectfully, yeah. But it just so happened that I wanted to do the Kashmir Stage Band tune already. Like, that was already on my list, on my bucket list actually, because it's one of my favorite lines. So that took, I would say, just to transcribe that song took a good 2 or 3 weeks. And that's just transcribing, and then practicing and stuff took many months. Oh yeah. So I was saying about what Moises gives me. So that's one is the BPM, the other one is the tuning. So in the case of the Teddy Pendergrass song, this is in A equals 444 hertz. If you don't know what that means, that just means hertz are the unit used to measure the frequency of a note. Usually in Western standard tuning, or equal temper tuning as it's known, we tune all the instruments using 440 hertz, which is an A natural, we use that frequency as the reference point. So all the instruments tune to A at 440 hertz. You will have noticed in a lot of the tunes that I do that are older or that are made using sequencers and stuff like that and samplers, that the reference frequency isn't 440 hertz, it's 444, 430, 435, etc., etc. This is honestly, it's because I believe people can jump in and correct me if I'm wrong, because of the recording methods used and basically what producers used to have to do to get songs to fit on vinyl. So sometimes that involved speeding up the song a little bit, or slowing it down a little bit, or the mastering process would result in a down tuning a little bit. So I just like to get that information right off the bat with Moises, because otherwise I'll start transcribing and it sounds out of tune, the bass isn't right, then I have to work that out myself. And while I used to be able to do that, and I still can do that, it's just easier if I get the number right off the bat. Hey, Melodize, how's it going, man? Love the Aphex Twin profile pic, by the way. And yeah, Moises is great for getting the tuning. MB Share, how you doing, my friend? I was initially attracted by the Jamerson content, but you've turned me on to all kinds of music I never would have found on my own, from Doom to Japanese city pop. And Steve Reich. Nice. That Steve Reich video was a bit of a gamble. I didn't know if people would enjoy that. For people that don't know, I've talked about it a little bit on my Discord, but that's kind of my background, is contemporary classical composition. So that's something from my own world that I wanted to share with people. I thought, it's funky enough, different but funky. So I'm glad you enjoyed it. I thought it would be that one. Such a beast of a song. Will have to pop out now. Okay, see you later. Good stuff. Feel free to pop into the next one. I'll make sure to announce it with plenty of time. And Jamerson is who got me into bass playing. Well, same. Before I ever picked up a bass, I was already the weird guy talking about James Jamerson in my music college, in my music theory lessons and stuff. I would be like, you have to know Jamerson. And weirdly enough, I spent like a whole summer between my first and second year of my composition degree just transcribing Jamerson. For no reason. Like I didn't play bass. I wasn't planning on playing bass. I just wanted to learn from the lines. So that's probably where it started for me, the idea of doing this channel. Maybe one day you'll transcribe one of his crazy tracks for bass. Maybe a video idea for April 1st. I have a silly idea for April 1st. We'll see if I do it. But yeah, I wouldn't be opposed to doing Aphex Twin. Usually I don't do that kind of stuff. But as I said with the Steve Reich thing, I also haven't been opposed to doing something a bit different every now and then. So we'll see. Maybe I could. I'm a big fan, so you wouldn't have to try hard to convince me. So why don't we listen to the Teddy Pendergrass song and see what we're dealing with? Let's just go for it.
I never
So pretty straightforward. As you can hear, there are only really 2 or 3 pieces of material that repeat over and over. And usually, I picked this song specifically because of that. Also, I'll turn off my dancing crew there. I had that loaded up from the previous stream I did 3 years ago. So I picked this song specifically because of that, because I can work that material out quickly, and I can then just show you how I go through the song, figuring out the repetitions, figuring out the variations, and let's just get to it. I had also figured out through listening to the song, and Moises also gives you this information, but I would say don't trust it always, because it's not always right. The key signature, which is B minor in this case. So with transcribe, as you can see, you can what's really handy is that you can loop little bits of the song. So you can get, say, a bar. I can see that I think that's a bar. No, that wasn't a bar. This would be a bar. And you can sort of go measure by measure and transcribe in that way. That's probably my first tip to you. If you find the idea of transcribing overwhelming, the easiest thing you can do to make it easy on yourself is to break it down into smaller chunks. You know, if transcribing a whole bar is not something you can do, you can take 2 beats and do that. Pa, 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 pa. That's doable. If even that is too much for you, then just go beat by beat. You know, the other thing transcribe does for you that is really handy is the speed options. So obviously in this case, you're probably thinking, why are you doing this? This is stupid easy. I agree. But in cases where you're transcribing stuff that's a lot more complex, doing this will help you to pick out the notes, to really get in there, get into the nitty gritty of what's happening. Sometimes in these complex songs or fast runs, then it's hard to hear the individual notes. And a lot of people usually take shortcuts when it comes to stuff like that. Like they don't really get in there and really hear what's being played. So slowing it down, I would say, is thing number 1. Breaking it down into little chunks, thing number 2. So let's just go for it. And I'm not gonna slow it down. This is so they're already easy enough. And you've noticed I've put in the accidentals there. This is probably force of habit. Usually when I'm transcribing from scratch, if I haven't already figured out what the key signature is, or I don't trust what Moises has told me about it, then I'll start without a key signature and I'll just manually input all the accidentals as I'm going. And this is useful because then, using musical theory, the things that I know already about it, then I can analyze what I've notated. In this case, I know I have 2 sharps here, which corresponds with the key of B minor or D major. So I can just take them off and trust the key signature and keep going. So I know this figure repeated 3 times. Now you may be wondering how I knew this is the rhythm here. Again, the more you do this, the more you get to know the way certain rhythms sound. It's just at a certain point it becomes intuition. If you don't know musical notation, if you don't know how to read music, I would suggest, at the very least, definitely definitely learn how to read rhythmic notation. You'll notice that I never do tabs without rhythmic notation, without rhythmic information. What I mean by that is the stems and the ties and all that stuff. To me, that's absolutely essential information. You need to know this. You need to know how to read rhythms. It's not something that's difficult to learn. I'm not going to teach you now, obviously, but you can find a multitude of videos on YouTube on how to do this. And I promise you, it'll take you one afternoon to learn how to do it. And you need to know this information, because when you're just seeing these tabs that are, numbers that are relatively spaced on the measure, there's too much ambiguity. And especially with music like this that is so dependent on you being in the pocket, you need to know exactly what the rhythm is. Am I using MIDI keyboard input, or am I clicking on the Sibelius keypad that fast? I'm using my keyboard, my normal keyboard, and using the number pad to do the shortcuts. You can see the keypad here. Then this corresponds to your number pad on your keyboard. Again, I've used this software for 20 years now, and I used to use it professionally as well for music editing and copying. So I'm very, very proficient with it. At this point, I can do this very quickly. It's like second nature to me. A thing that would be helpful if you use this kind of software and transcribe and stuff like that is, a MIDI keyboard would definitely be helpful for you to be able to find the notes. Transcribe comes with one, which helps. It's most of the time I don't have to use it, because I've, again, practiced this a lot and can usually pick out the notes without having to do that. But occasionally I do have to. There's some trial and error. So I wish I was that fast. Well, it's just I just have to practice it, I guess. So let's carry on with this. All right, this just repeats. Okay. All right. And I could hear that that's a major seventh chord. Yeah, so that and actually I believe I heard a scoop. Yeah, so that C sharp gets scooped. A nice little touch. And I've forgotten the rest. Okay. No, that's I had the wrong thing, didn't I? Yeah, that's the second part of this bar. Bum 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 bum. Oh. Okay. I imagine you find transcribing songs useful for when you want to play a song that you haven't played for a long time. Yeah, I guess so. It's just I would say it's a useful skill to have. Even if you don't plan on using it much, it develops your ear. It helps you practice skills that you should be developing as a musician, not only as a bass player, that will serve you later in professional and actual musical contexts, like improvising and any other musical context. So it's worth practicing. To me, I would say transcription has been the major thing that has improved my bass playing. And as you can see now, well, you can't see because I don't have a camera on, but I'm not holding my bass. I'm not doing this at the bass. I'm not picking out the notes on the bass. I'm not thinking about how I'm gonna play them on the bass. I'm thinking about the musical content and about the harmonic content, the melodic shape of a line. This all helps immensely when it comes time to actually play the line. and it teaches you a lot as well. Do you ever compose your own bass lines? Yeah, maybe sometimes. I don't play in a band or anything like that at the moment. I used to be a composer, so I know how to do that stuff. But yeah, no. I mean, I wouldn't necessarily presume to do something like what someone like Julia Plays Groove does, or something like to create my own bass lines over these songs. To me, that what's interesting about what I'm doing, or what's interesting to me, is to really get into the nitty gritty of how these lines were played by these players, and to try to get that note for note. You know, I think that's a valuable resource to have. So let's carry on. Yeah, so at the tail end of that, it just repeats this main riff. And again. Okay, we have something different here. Okay, we got... Sorry, D sharp. Okay, again, D sharp. And I believe G sharp, right? Do it like that, like that. Yeah. Oh yeah, like that. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay. Just keeps going. G sharp, A. And an A at the end. Like that. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I never had nobody to love me the way you do. Same material again. So real. I never knew how good a true love can make me feel, and again. Okay, and here we have a new piece of material based on the previous B section. So I'm gonna go with a E sharp. Man, to me, making music is all about composing your own stuff. All right, well, knock yourself out, my friend. I mean, I try not to be dogmatic about my approach to music, so, you know, for me, this is a thing that I enjoy doing. But I get it if it's not for you, so no problem. And a E sharp. It's like business development versus accounting. Okay, well, that's certainly an opinion. Okay, so we're heading back to the same material. Just screw me. Come on, do it like this. So we have this again. And I believe the G sharps were left out that time.
Do it like that.
Hey, PD Bass. That you could pop in. Are you talking about your own channel? I believe you are. Best YouTube channel ever. That's you, my friend. What about transcribing something like slap bass? Is it completely different or similar? No, it's similar. The same principles apply. Yeah, I don't see how it's similar. How it's different. What's different is playing it. I suck at playing it. That's why I don't play it. But transcribing it is fine. I can transcribe it, no problem. All right, so we've heard that before. Just have to find it over here. Yep. And put it in.
The way you treat me, woman, your personality fits with mine. That's why I want you to do me. Would you just do me? Soothe me, groove me, soothe me, groove me, soothe me. Would you just groove me? Come on, do it like this. Oh, that felt so good. Do it like that.
I'm assuming the notation just changes then. Learning bass currently, so I don't know too much. The notation, yeah, it's a bit different. You have to specify, well, I like to specify which notes are slapped and which are popped. Sometimes you can get away with just saying slap, slap from this point onward. And usually you get a feel as well from slap technique, which notes you're supposed to slap and which you pop. Usually the upper octaves you pop. But yeah, it doesn't change that much. The notation is the same. You just have to put in a little S or a P to specify which are slapped and which are popped. Hey, Juan Carlos. Good evening. Love your channel. Are you planning to do more live transcriptions and explain your techniques? Yeah, I'm thinking I'm going to be doing this probably not every week, but maybe every couple of weeks, maybe monthly. I don't know. It depends. If people want to see it, I'll do it. I know I'm going a bit fast with this one. It's an easier song, so I don't really have to stop that much to think about it. But as I said in the beginning, I'm not thinking of this as a tutorial for you. I don't really think that it's something that I can teach you how to do. I can give you some pointers. I can say, to do this, you have to develop your ear. You have to do some ear training. This is something that I learned how to do over many, many years. Before YouTube, were you transcribing like this? Is this something you enjoy, or is just a part of your regular routine? Yeah, so I've been studying music I studied music since I was a child, and then very intensively when I was a teenager and young adult. I did many, many, many different modules of ear training, or aural, AURAL, as it's known in the UK, where I studied. So as part of standard ear training lessons, you'll often do melodic dictation and stuff like that, where the teacher will be playing something on the piano and you have to transcribe it basically on the spot. That after doing a lot of those kinds of classes, I did another class in college called Oral in a Professional Context, which was basically just a transcribing class. It was just on how to apply what you had learned in ear training to a professional context, which in this case means transcription. So that was good as well. And I just developed a knack for it. I think I liked doing it. As I said before, I also spent a summer before I even played bass. I spent a summer just transcribing dozens of James Jamerson lines because I was a big fan already. And as a composer myself, it just was something that I wanted to learn from and study. So yeah, I developed a taste for it. And now, obviously, with the channel, this started as a hobby. But it is something that I enjoy doing, and so it is part of my regular routine now. Your channel is one of my favorites. Keep doing what you do. I will, and thanks for the kind words, Paul. It means a lot to me coming from you. I mean, I don't need to tell you. I'm sure everyone here also will tell you the same thing. We all love your channel, and you're doing something really special with it. For me, seeing a transcription along with the chord changes is really helpful. It takes the mystery out of the baseline note selection, and this is a big help in creating lines myself. Yeah, I hear you. I get asked a lot about putting in chords as well. I've said it before. I do too many songs. You know, I'm doing 4 songs a week at this point. And the only reason I'm able to do that is because my workflow is so optimized at this point. And just putting in the extra step of figuring out chords would completely mess that up for me. Because I'm not great at doing that. And I know there's now a lot of tools like AI tools and stuff like that, like Chordify and things like that, that will spit out chords for you, but they're not. I've used them and they're not always right, and I can't, in good conscience, put out a product that A, I haven't worked on myself, and B, isn't accurate. I want what I'm putting out there to be as accurate as it can be. Obviously, I'm not saying it always is. I'm not perfect and I make mistakes, but insofar as I can control it, I want what you're getting from me to be, accurate and 100% done by me. That's my 2 rules for it. So, maybe in the future I can consider doing that, but for now, it's just going to stay the way that it is now.
Oh, that felt so good. Do it like that. Whoa. Oh, that felt so good. Do it like that. Whoa, whoa. Oh, yeah.
So we've heard that before as well. No G sharps again. I believe that was around here. Yeah. There you are. Let's just grab this guy and put him over here.
Oh, yeah.
And we're back to this. And again. And this.
I ain't never had nobody love me the way you do.
Back to this.
Said it's real, so real. I never knew how good
Do it twice, I think.
Make me feel. I'm truly love you, baby. Without leaving my soul. That's why,
And this.
that's why I want you to feel me.
Let me double check.
Love you, baby. Without leaving my soul. That's why I want you to feel.
Yeah. I went to school too, but I never got that fast and comfortable like you. You're amazing. Thank you. Thanks. That's very kind. Yeah, I mean, I say this a lot because sometimes people ask me, how long have you been playing? How long have you been doing this? And when they hear the answer, they're like, oh my God, you're so talented or whatever. Okay, that sounds really stupid that I just said that, but I'm saying it because I've always tried to make something very clear. Like, this has taken decades of very, very hard work for me to develop. Like, it's not that I have some kind of like crazy hidden talent or that my ears are any different from anyone else's. I've just spent a lot of time doing this. Like, think about this channel has been running for 4 years. And throughout those 4 years, I've been putting out on average 2, maybe 3 transcriptions out every week. Sometimes more, sometimes less. Now it's 4 every week. Like, this is literally thousands and thousands of hours that I've spent doing this. So there's no shortcut to it. Like, you only get this good if you put in the time, if you put in the effort, and that's it. Like there's no magical answer to get you there. Like you just have to be willing to put in the work. All right, so back to this. Ah, it's something different. Sorry. Whoops. Then to an A, right? Yeah. Whoops. Whoops. Come on, Andrew, get it together.
Do it like this, then we do it like that. Come on, do it like
But there.
this, then we do it like that. Do it like that.
Yeah, so there it goes up an octave on that last E.
Do it like that, that. Come on, do it like this, that. Oh, yeah, come on now, feel me.
Yeah, so
Come on now, oh, yeah, come on now, feel me.
we're gonna slide up to the upper octave. And down again. So usually I use these symbols, which are scoops and falls, they call them, the Sibelius. This is called a plop, and a, well, I don't know, doa, or doit, I don't know. Anyway, yeah, for me, this is more about conveying what the gesture is rather than the, like, I could use a glissando line. Sometimes when it's more, when it goes over various more beats than one, then I will use a glissando line. But in this case, for me, this conveys the information perfectly. Like I know when I see this that it means slide up here, slide down. Yeah, so it faded out, but we can hear that it went back to this, I believe. Hey, Pratik. I hope I'm not mispronouncing that. Love your channel. One question: do you need to have a good ear already to start transcribing it, or is it okay to work it out by trial and error when starting? It's 1000% okay to start working it out by trial and error. Like that's again, I keep coming back to this. That's the way you get better. Like you have to start somewhere. So I would say it's totally valid to start on your bass. Slow down the music to like a stupid turtle speed and just pick it out note by note and write it down. Like even if you don't know how to read music, do it straight into tab. That's fine as well. Like just, pick it, find the note. I'm sure you can do that. Everyone can do that. And write it down, like 4th fret on the A string, whatever. And just go note by note. And the more you do it, like, of course, at the beginning, it might take you ages. And a lot of the frustration that I see from people when they're asking about transcribing is that they're a bit frustrated that they can't immediately do it as quickly as they would like. But that's just how you start getting better, you know? Like, the more you do it, the quicker it'll be. And one day, you'll be transcribing like a pro. I promise you that. I wasn't suggesting you include chords. I was trying to tell just me that transcribing is helpful when viewed in the harmonic context, which can be inferred from your transcriptions. Yeah, I agree with that. I don't know. Just me, like, are you okay? Like, you seem to have some quite strong opinions there. Like, you know, I'm not serious about music. Like, this is something I wanna be very clear about. Like, I was a professional musician for more than a decade, and I'm over that. Like, I left that life behind. So this is not, you know, I'm not doing this to show you that I'm the most impressive musician on earth. I'm not a professional at it anymore. I'm not, you know, a Rick Beato type music theory nut either. Like, to me, this is fun. Like, it should be fun. And for me, transcribing songs the way that they were played is fun. And learning them is fun. And sharing them with you and seeing that you like them as well, that's fun. So that's as deep as I get with it, buddy. Like, I don't need to do anything more. I can't believe you finished the song within the hour and talked to us at the same time. I can't believe it either. Usually when I'm doing this, I'm not talking to anyone. I'm just sort of like hunkered down doing it. So that's all right. Why you left that? Why did I leave what? And hey, Dash, how you doing? I don't really understand what you're asking me. Whoops. Okay, so I'm just gonna take this. What I do now is I just paste it into the tab system. And then usually this, you'll have to sort of go over it manually and change the fingerings because the way Sibelius does it automatically is not often correct. What software is this again? This is Sibelius 8. It would be incredible if you started a series transcribing King Gizzard songs. I knew, you know, when I did Phantom Island, didn't I, on the channel, and I knew that if I did that, it would open the door to like to the King Gizzard super fans to ask me this. I have to tell you honestly, I'm not a huge Gizzard fan. I really liked that song, so that's why I did it. But like usually, I'm not huge into them. Like I'm not listening to them on the regular. So, yeah, if you're familiar with the kind of music that I do on the channel, it's also a bit different to that. So probably not. I'll keep it in mind. Maybe. I mean, I also never say never. Like it could happen that this year I become a crazy giz head and want to start doing that. But don't hold your breath. That's all I'm saying. Musician life. Why did I leave musician life? I'll get to that. I'll tell you. But I'm just going to look at this other message. I'm not disagreeing with you at all. I just want to understand why Jamerson and others played what they played. Your channel is the best one of this kind for sure. Well, thank you. That's super kind. Yeah. For me, there's a lot of value in doing this. You know, like I'm not saying this is the best way to be a musician. This is not saying this is the best way to learn bass. It's just the way that I want to do it. And at this point in my life, you know, I'm a bit older now. I feel less of a need to impress others, so that to me, what matters is am I enjoying it, and I am. If you're not a musician anymore, what is your job? I have a completely unrelated job now, like a day job. So I do my day job in the morning, which is in copywriting, and then do this in the afternoon usually, or during the weekends. So yeah, that's even it's a bit crazy actually, thinking now how much I do for the channel as well, in addition to my normal job. The reason I left musician life, that's kind of a big topic, you know, like I was involved in classical music, specifically contemporary classical music, which is a very sort of ugly little insular kind of world, unfortunately. At least that's how it felt to me. So I was involved in that for more than a decade, as I said, like I did okay at it. Like I think I got to some kind of measure of professional success with it, but I was just miserable doing it because it felt like nobody cared about this kind of music. I still feel that way. Like since I've left that world, that music has stopped meaning anything to me. So I feel a little bit, it just wasn't right for me. I'm not gonna say anything about it specifically. Like I'm not trying to make a value judgment on it or anything like that. But for me, it just wasn't the right thing. It wasn't making me happy. So I have to run. Thank you. Hey, MB Share, thanks so much for popping in and for giving some feedback and for sharing with us your perspective. That means a lot to me. Like hopefully you can come to the next few ones. What were you playing before bass? I grew up playing violin and piano. Violin primarily. That was my instrument as a kid, which is ironic because I don't like the violin. Like that was, I think I liked it when I picked it up, but it might have been more that my parents were saying, like, oh, you have to play a respectable orchestral instrument or something like that. My dad is a very good concert pianist, so he really wanted me to learn classical music and to follow in his footsteps a little bit, which I was happy to do. I love classical music, but yeah, just now at this point in my life, bass is where it's at for me. Definitely hope these covers will keep growing for you to keep making them. You're going over so many lesser known songs that are so valuable. I'm so glad you said that. This is it's been really slow for me. Like the growth of the channel has been slow over the years, precisely because I'm focusing on songs that are not huge hits or super well known or used in movies or stuff like that. Like I that was my purpose at the beginning, like I did that on purpose. I wanted to focus on songs that I knew no one else was going to do because I see the other channels, and nothing against them, and I'm sure they're all great guys, and I found a lot of those channels useful when I was starting out, but I just don't see any other channels that are trying to do what I'm doing, which is to do stuff that wouldn't get done otherwise. Like now you can go on Songster and you can get an AI to give you a tab, and people will do that. But like, I still see some value, and I hope people who watch me do as well. I still see some value in it's not only about the transcriptions for me. It's about like selecting songs that people might not have heard about before and building like a really kick-ass playlist in the process, and I think self-plug here, if you haven't followed the Spotify playlist that we have for the channel, the Justin Baseline's Big Channel playlist, go and do that because it's a great playlist. Like I'm just being honest. Like it's a good playlist. So that's definitely my purpose, and I'm glad people see it that way as well. And now that it's growing more and more people are coming into the channel, it's just very gratifying that I didn't have to change my approach. I didn't have to start focusing on, doing big things. Obviously, if you look at what I've done on my channel, sometimes I've done big songs. I've done Dua Lipa, I've done Wolfpack, I've done stuff that I knew when I picked it that it was going to get a lot of views. So it's not like I'm completely pure or like immune to that kind of thought process. But in general, I try not to think about that at all, because for me, the main thing is if I'm enjoying it, hopefully you guys are enjoying it. If I'm not enjoying it, then it's not worth doing. That's my thing. The fact that you are doing these definitely slows your growth, but the fact that all these songs are transcribed here is like a treasure trove, and your selection and duration definitely help too. I'm discovering so much more music that I can now learn. Well, that's great. You hit the nail on the head. That's exactly what I'm looking for. So thank you very much for saying it. So let's, I'm going to take off the transcribe. We don't need it anymore. And we're just going to go into the tab here. And we're just going to go quickly through it. Changing the fingering. I'm going to grab my bass actually. Whoops. Okay. See. Let me get it so that you can hear it. Can you hear that? Is it a bit quiet? Let me know what the levels are like. So that's fine. I'm gonna go with the fifth fret there. And then here, thank you for your time. I still see you are passionate. Your training can drive you crazy sometimes. Yeah, it did. It did drive me crazy when I was learning it. I mean, I wouldn't say that I was immediately good at it either. Like, as I said before, a lot of hard work. So I know that it's frustrating at the beginning when you can't really get stuff as quickly as you hoped you would be able to. You just have to persevere. Okay, so that's it. So quickly, because I'm running a bit out of time now. Oh, okay. Again, I said we would do the major seventh shape up here on the fifth fret. Yeah. Can you hear the bass? Let me know. No, this is the Ray. And yeah, I'll show you. This is this is actually the thing I prepared for the stream with the EQ for the mic. But this is usually my settings for the Stingray. Let me go through it. The bass amp that I use on Logic for the Ray 70 solid. I just turned the treble down. Everything else is kind of stock, how it comes. And for the channel EQ, I go ironically with the acoustic guitar EQ preset. I do that for the P bass, for all the basses actually. Like for me, this makes it sound crisp and nice. One thing I will say about tone, because I get asked about this sometimes. For me, it's more important. It's not necessarily that I'm looking to get the exact tone of a line. Certainly not. I certainly don't try it with Jamerson either. I get a lot of comments being like, "Oh, like your tone, it's dude, like it was more muted in his recordings, or like you don't know getting the tone right." I'm like, okay, like thanks for letting me know. It's not like I don't know. It's for me, my philosophy with that is I'm an educational channel first, so you have to be able to hear my bass clearly. What's going on? When you, for example, with I'll go back to Jamerson. When you play Jamerson with the exact same tone that he used, which is quite muddy, I would say, very fat, lots of mids, very boomy in a lot of ways. I've done that before, and because I don't usually take out the bass from the backing tracks, I just play over it as it is. You end up with the bass frequency is just a mess, if you're playing with the exact same. So I try to keep a little bit more bite in the sound when I'm playing Jamerson. You should hear a lot more clarity in the attack so that you can hear Jamerson's attack isn't clear, like it's not punchy like that. So for me, it just helps you to hear that a lot better. Okay, people can hear it. My Ray doesn't sound this good. I get that comment a lot. Like, hopefully this. I mean, I showed you what I do. Like the knobs on it are also. I don't do a lot with them. The treble is in the middle, basically. Bass is turned down a little. Again, just so I don't get that boominess, and you kind of just get the clear attack on it. All right. I wondered why you had your tone like that. So smart. Well, yeah, this is what people. Again, like I'm not trying to roast anyone, but like I get a lot of those kinds of comments with people being like trying to explain to me how it should sound. Like I don't spend, 90% of my time listening to James Jamerson. There's a reason for it, and yeah, that's it. That's the reason. So now you know. Okay, so this is pretty standard. We're just gonna oh yeah. I'm just gonna keep that on the first and second frets, and this I'll play on the fifth fret. Anyway, I won't go through all of it because I can just do that later off camera. We have this. Wait. We'll have to see. We'll have to see. I think I made a mistake there. You should put that in the description or something. Yeah, to be fair, there's a lot of things I should put in the description. I should put information about what basses I'm playing and the strings. Like these are all part of the Just Some Basslines FAQ, like frequently asked questions. I get those comments all the time, so you're right. I probably should. I mean, I'm saying it now. I would also, probably be well served to make a video going through my setup and my I'm gonna do that on that string. Going through my setup in a slower way. But anyway, I don't know. Life's too short. How long have you played bass? Played bass for about as long as I've had the channel. So the channel started in April 2021. Yeah, 2021. I got the bass for myself as a birthday present in December 2020. So 4 years and a bit. Please create subtitles. Hey, Hans, do you mean subtitles for this, like now, for the stream? Because I don't really know how to do that. I don't think you need subtitles for the normal videos. Let's give this a go. Where did I leave transcribe? Over here. I'm gonna just put it over here. Aaron, how you doing? Glad you caught this at work. Glad you caught it. Hope work is going well. Hope I'm not distracting too much, but I'm happy for the company. Usually, as I said, I do this by myself, and just having people to talk to is quite nice. So let's play this song and see. I'm gonna turn it down here. Yeah, okay. So there I made a mistake. See, this is what happens when you're talking and transcribing. Like drinking and driving. Don't do it. Where was I? think it was here, wasn't it? Yeah, this usually repeats twice. Okay.
Do me, do me, would you do me? Soothe me, groove me, soothe me, groove me, soothe me. Come on, do it like this. Do it like that. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I ain't never had nobody that love me the way you do. Said it's real, so real. I never knew how good a true love could make me feel, make me feel. I truly love you, baby, way down deep in my soul. That's why I want you to do me, would you do me?
Okay.
Soothe me, groove me, soothe me, groove me, soothe me. Would you just groove me? Come on, do it like this.
Ah. Again, mistake. Difficult doing this and talking.
Like this. Do it like that.
Okay.
Like this. Do it like that. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Hurry up and come home when you get off work today. Right away, right away. So you and me can have some fun, you and me. We know how to play, how to play. I like the way you treat me, woman. Your personality fits with mine. That's why
Fifth fret.
I want you to do me. Would you just do me? Soothe me, groove me, soothe me, groove me, soothe me. Would you just groove me? Come on, do it like this. Oh, that felt so good. Do it like that.
Fifth fret.
Oh, oh yeah. I ain't never had
Yeah.
nobody love me the way you do. Said it's real, so real. I never knew how good true love could make me feel, make me feel. I truly love you, baby. Way down deep in my soul. That's why I want you to do me, come ahead, do me. I want you to soothe me, groove me, soothe me, groove me, soothe me. Would you just groove me? Come on, do it like this. It feels so good. Do it again. Do it like this. Then we do it like that. Come on, do it like this. That. Oh, yeah, do me. Would you just do me? I want you to soothe me, groove me, soothe me, groove me, soothe me. Would you just groove me?
Okay. That wasn't too bad. So yeah, I think that's pretty accurate now. Couldn't hear anything that shouldn't be there. We fixed what mistakes I'd made. We fixed on the go. Sorry, I've been missing chat. The times I messed up, I was like seeing that messages were coming in. Hey, Poinciana, how are you doing, man? This song slaps. It does. It does. Teddy Pendergrass, best of soul music. You know, yeah, I agree. Teddy is very, very underrated, I think. Like for me, there's no reason he shouldn't be as well known as Marvin Gaye or you know, like I don't know, Barry White or something. Like dude had some pipes, you know. and he was good looking. I guess his accident kind of lowered his profile a little bit. Your Dua Lipa cover was the one I used to learn for like my 3rd time ever performing. That's cool. How did it go? Did it help? Anyway, I'm not gonna go over and fix all the tab here. I'll do this off camera. But yeah, that's kind of my process. That, not a tricky song. Side reading it went okay. I think it should be ready to. I should be ready to record it. Maybe today. I like songs like this. You can do the transcription in a few minutes, record the same day, get the video out. Well, I won't get the video out. You won't see this video. You won't see Teddy on the channel until I think the end of March. That's how long my upload queue is. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you like the song. I hope you're looking forward to playing it yourself on your bass. Yeah, I think we can sort of call it there. Thanks everyone for showing up. Thanks for the company while I'm doing this. I hope it was useful. You can let me know in the comments whether you did think it was useful, whether there's anything else that you hoped I would show or speak about. We'll do this again, as I said, maybe in a couple of weeks. I'll keep everyone posted on that. But for now, thanks for watching. Thanks for supporting the channel. I hope you've been enjoying the videos. Keep leaving comments, liking. That helps. It helps the channel, and it helps me to know that people are enjoying what I'm doing. Dash, thank you so much. Dorian, thank you. Glad you could come. Just me, thanks. Pratik, thank you. Anyone else I missed? Moon, I'm going to. I feel terrible. I'm terrible at pronunciation, but moon. I don't know. I would say it moons, but that's probably not how it goes. Thanks everyone for tuning in. I really appreciate it. Aaron. Oh yeah, the Dorothy Ashby record arrived. Well, play that loud, my friend. That's a great album. Actually, maybe as a sneak peek. Should I give you a sneak peek of a future video? I don't know. Moons. Okay, great. Florian, thanks for showing up. Let me find this. We can have a little sneak peek. Just a couple of minutes of this. This is a video. It's not coming out for another few weeks, but it's more Dorothy Ashby and this bass line. Man, it's delicious.
Yon rising moon that looks for us again. How often hereafter will she wax and wane?
Hold on to your hats. Anyway, I'm stopping it there. You'll have to tune in to see the rest. But there's some nice, very nice, tasty stuff going on up in the fretboard later on. I don't do a lot of songs in compound time, so look forward to that. Yeah, it's a beautiful song. It's Dorothy Ashby, man. I love her. I love Richard Evans. People know this about me. I'm obsessed with the guy. And nope, as far as I can find on the internet and other bass channels and stuff, no one talks about this guy, and I just don't understand it. So yeah, fret not. We're gonna keep spreading the gospel of Richard Evans on this channel, and we're gonna keep putting out the good stuff. So look forward to more good videos. I hope good videos. And for now, have a great rest of your day. Thanks again, and I'll see you next time.